Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over King Garog, who recently got a buff, so I'm really curious on his damage multipliers to see how much damage he can do now. He is from the Orcs Faction, he has a Force Affinity, and he is an attack-based champion. So let's look at his kit real quick. For his A1, attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 35% chance of placing stun debuff for 1 turn. The chance increases to 50% if the target turn meter is equal to or lower than 50%. He does get a damage boost from it, so no extra buff percentage or debuff percentage. So for the A2, attacks one enemy 4 times, each critical hit has a 50% chance of decreasing the cooldown of Warmaker by 1 turn, and that's going to be his hardest hitting ability right here. And when it's fully booked, it goes to a 3 turn cooldown as well as additional damage. And onto his A3, which is his big ability, his AoE nuker, and this is the one that got buffed. His multiplier increase for this right here: attacks all enemies, will ignore 20% of each target's defense, will ignore a further 5% of defense for each buff on the target. So extra books, you get additional damage as well as a decreased cooldown. It goes to a 5 turn cooldown. But when this champion first came out, I was really looking forward to this champion being a serious hard hitter, because he's got the ignore defense in his kit, he's got an AoE ability, and it just looked like he was meant to just smack really hard, right? So that was not the case. You know, he was a bit of a disappointment, but he got buffed now, so we'll get to see now. And for his passive, increases champion speed by 6 and crit damage by 7% for each enemy this champion killed in a round. Sacks up to plus 30 speed and a plus 35% crit damage. Sacks will reset if the champion is killed. Whenever an enemy champion is revived, to fill this champion's turn meter by 30% for each revived enemy, then places a 50% increased attack and a 30% increased crit damage buff on this champion for 1 turn. Alright, so for his base stats, he's got a base HP of 16,020, an attack of 1,564, a defense of 947, a base speed of 105, that's pretty good, crit rate of 15%, crit damage 63%, resistance of 40, and accuracy 0. So this is how I'm a King Garog built. I have him built straight for damage only, and I did not focus accuracy at all. If you want to use him for faction wars, then I probably would put some accuracy on him to get the stun off on the A1. So let's go over his gear individually. So I do have him built in all savage gear as well as the cruel set. So I try to focus on attack percentage, crit rate, crit damage, and speed wherever I could. Again, with the crit damage, crit rate, and attack percentage there. More crit rate, crit damage, speed here. You can't get attack percentage on the shield, obviously. Crit damage gloves, attack percentage chest, attack percentage boots, attack ring with the attack percentage on the substat, crit damage amulets, and more attack on the banner. So for his total stats, he's got 33,000 HP, over 6,000 attack, 1,800 defense, 175 speed, 100% crit rate, 255% crit damage, 132 resistance, and about 171 accuracy. I do have him fully booked out as well. And for his masteries, this is how I have his masteries built. So normally you could go down the crit rate path here, but because I was already getting more than enough crit rate, I was trying to get more attack out of him, so I went for this instead. So if you guys are at like, 95% crit rate, then obviously you want to go for this. But if you have more than enough crit rate, then you probably want to go for the primary damage. So we went down this route to Helm Smasher and some more, I guess, counterattack capabilities right here. So that's how his mastery is built. Okay, so we're going to be running King Garog through Dragon just to showcase his maximum damage potential output. And we're picking stage 23 because we want to show some other champions as a damage comparison so you guys can see it for yourself. Okay, so we got attack aura here, we got increased attack buff here, we got increased damage from the battle's passive here, we got the defense down weaken here, and we got the damage. So let's go. So as I said, we got the increased attack, defense down weaken, increased damage from passive. Okay, we're just gonna smack something here real quick. Alright, so let's run this at 1 time speed. That's pretty impressive damage. Almost 200,000, that's from the Helm Smasher. We got about 160 to 170,000 here just based off the regular damage, right? So that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. So now we're gonna back out now, and we're gonna show you a damage comparison with like Trunda and a Foli. So let's see how that works out. Alright, Alright, we got the same team setup, except we had Trunda in place of the King Garog. So same thing as before, increase attack. Defense down weaken. Alright, let's see Trunda's ability right here. It's 1x speed. Right, it's so hard to compare it to a Trunda with anything, right? But that is the damage comparison. Trunda is just too strong. And Trunda's not even as stacked as a King Garog right now in terms of stats. But she is just another beast. But that's like the damage comparison you see from there. So let's back out again and show you Foli now. So now we have Foli in place of the King Garog and the Trunda. So same as before, attack up, defense down weaken. Increase damage here. And just anything. Okay, we lapped him. We'll just go with this. Alright, 1x speed. Let's look at his damage now. Very comparable to the King Garog. Very, very comparable. So I would say the King Garog's damage output is very similar to the Foli. And again, nothing really compares to the Trunda as far as damage. Trunda is just another level, right? Just another level. But King Garog is definitely got a damage increase for sure. His multipliers a lot better than before. Before he flinged wet noodles basically, right? So it's a lot better than before. Alright, so let's take him for a test in arena and see what kind of damage he can do here. So let's just look for a team. Okay, with that we have to run like a Siffy. I just want to see like the max damage output. So that's a really easy team there. So let's just see. Yeah, that's gonna be a cakewalk. Okay, we actually want to keep her. So for this setup, we're gonna go with the Madam Serious. This is my original team for plat pushing, but we're gonna use a similar composition without the. We want the increased attack here, so we gotta run Arbiter, and we need the King Garog, of course. So his affinity is really nice against teams like a Candy defense or even a Rector Draft defense, right? There's a lot of the only thing that would suck on defense would be like a Duchess or anybody else that's Spirit Affinity, right? Because it's bad affinity. But other than that, it's pretty strong. Okay, so we're gonna go increase speed here. Put them to sleep. We actually have a mastery on him where he does more damage if they're asleep. So that's why I'm running this exact composition. So we got the defense down here, and here comes the nuke. At 1x speed, let's see. Oh, okay, that's pretty tough. Again, bad affinity, weak hit, right? So that is a bit unfortunate, but that happens. Okay, let's take it for a better team now. That was a little too easy, right? Okay, this looks a little bit. I mean, this is offensive too, so we're pretty much gonna smash this as well. And they might be faster than me here. They might be faster than me here. So, because my Arbiter's not that fast. My Siffy is my fastest champion. So let's run Hegemon just in case we're slow. Yeah, they're definitely faster than me, for sure. So let's do this, slow them down, increase attack. So right now we have no defense down, none at all. So we're just depending on sheer damage right here. Okay, we'll just do this. I guess we have to wake it up, unfortunately. Okay. And defense down, or nuke right here. Pretty strong. That's pretty strong. We did not get much on here. I mean, we have no weaken there, no defense down there, nothing. So this Lydia is actually pretty tanky. So let's run it back. Let's take a look at his other ability here. Yeah, 1x speed. Okay. So on a 4-hitter, that would have been like 120k or something. Alright, so let's try another team here. So that's a bad affinity, but let's try it anyways. And I think we could be faster than this team. We might be getting baited. let's try it anyways. We're gonna go with our Madam Serious. Alright, hopefully I'm faster. Okay, that's good. So you got that. Sleep. And maybe we can go before that. Beautiful. Okay, so we're probably gonna get a weak hit there, or here. Nice. Those are some juicy numbers. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Okay, next team. There is a Torment there. Okay, but let's just say we have to. Let's just say we have to do it, right? So we'll go with our Siffy so he can not get frozen. Yeah. And I do apologize, the lawnmower that's going on in the background. Alright, go to sleep again. Oh, dodged. Alright, here we go. So we got one bad affinity here. 1 times speed. Let's run it back. And let's try this ability here. Nice, very strong. That was only 2 of the hits. Very powerful. So yeah, this guy is pretty strong. This guy is pretty powerful. Another bot page, so let's look for something else. Here we go. Okay, this looks a little bit more juicy. Well, not really. Next team. Let me look for something more interesting. Here we go. This looks a little bit more interesting. No, no, no. This is probably the real test, right? This right here? Okay, let's try this team. Okay, we should be okay. Again, we have no attack up right here. No increased attack. So we're depending on defense down. And we can take advantage of going to sleep again. And here we go. At 1 time speed. 3, 2, 1. So there you go, guys. He does hit pretty hard. Is he on the level of a Trunda? No. He doesn't hit as hard as Trunda does, and as far as an arena champion that you wouldn't want to take over like a Foli or a Trunda, the thing is, Foli, what makes him special is that he has a block revive. He does hit at the same comparable damage, right? Very comparable damage to a Foli, but you know, Foli has a block revive that makes him really, really special with the multi-hits, so it's still gonna be Foli and a Trunda over this champion, but is he still a viable option if you don't have a Trunda or a Foli? Absolutely, he hits hard. Okay, so I do want to do one more run here, and I'm gonna run him through campaign real quick. I mean, I'm sure he'd be a viable option as a campaign farmer for Brutal. Won't be that fast because he only has 1 AoE ability, but let's just see what he can do on Nightmare auto run. Okay, so he doesn't start with the AoE ability, so that's kind of dumb. Oh god. No, not like this. Push! Oh god. Okay, let's try one more time, Because like, I'm thinking like, if he could start with his AoE ability, then he can reset really quickly, right? And come back to his... Alright, you know, we're done. Alright, so that is my conclusion for this this champion. So his aesthetics is really, really cool. When he first came out, you know, he should have hit as hard as he looked, right? Because he looks like he can just shred people, right? Just destroy, right? That's what he looks like he can do. But that wasn't the case when he first came out. But now he got buffed, he's a lot stronger now, and he's definitely viable as a nuker if you want to use him. He does require a lot of books, which is kind of a bit much. And the only thing you really want in here is this. If you want to just use him as your main nuker for arena, you would just need to book this to like here to get the damage. You don't really care about this too much because you're most likely going to get 1 turn in anyways, right? That's how most arena fights go anyway. So yeah, so that is my conclusion for this champion. Thank you all so much for watching till the very end if you did. And if you enjoyed this content and if you want to see any more content like this in the future, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you all in the next video.